Look, I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, call it audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with the showstopper. So hot, you gotta blow on it. I said I'll huff and I'll puff, then I'll pass to my left while I'm looking to my right. Hit him right in the chest. It be looking like magic, better give me the throne. I ain't talking about Patrick, but I rep my home. I'm never at the end of my zone. I'm bad to the bone, eating up these pigs.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Texans Fan Battle Podcast. I'm Matthew Briggs. Canceled Tim Kelly ever on Twitter, Instagram, because the man got to go. But before we get into that, let me introduce you my A1 since day one, Mr. Crenshaw. Say what's up to the folks.
What up, though?
And happy belated birthday, bro. I hope you had a good one.
Appreciate
got to relax, just enjoy another day being another year older. How'd it go?
Sir. Oh man, went well. Wife had a couple surprises for me, and we just had a little me time and everything.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm glad you got to enjoy it because we all need those days. Me coming down back home, chilling with you and the missus at the game. That was my getaway, even though the Texans found a way to break my heart. That's one of the many things being a Texans fan, right?
Hey, especially the last 2 years.
For real. Before we get any more into that NFL news, I mean, let's jump right into it, man. Antonio Brown, is he crazy? Is he just drama? What's the deal?
He was looking crazy. Then he came out with some receipts. It kind of made him not look as crazy. He said he was injured. He didn't want to play or whatnot. But I mean, they knew what they was getting into when they signed him last year. That's the reason why Brady had him living at the house with him and everything. That's the reason why the Steelers let him go. That's the reason why he never played a down with the Raiders. I mean, his last 3 or 4 years went downhill. I mean, this guy was on pace to be probably a top 3 wide receiver ever. The numbers he was putting up, and then he just went downhill from there. I mean, this dude was putting up Hall of Fame numbers, man. He was like number 1 guy in fantasy every year, man. And now he's just a shell of himself. But I mean, I'm glad he got his ring last year. So at the end of the day, it is what it is because he got his ring. He's still in the record books on different things, and he's still gonna go down as one of the greatest. He's just gonna be stupid. That's it.
Well, my thing is first he came out with a story that he was like 3 catches and 45 yards from getting a big bonus incentive, and then now he's jumping down to that he was about to get injured, or that he was playing while he was injured. So I was like, man. I mean, I know he got all these receipts, but which one is it? You can't be jumping all over the place. You got to keep your story straight, Especially Bruce Arians is starting out receipts too, but not as juicy as his. So, I mean, I don't know. I do think he has a couple screws knocked loose.
Oh yeah.
So
he definitely has that.
I forget what linebacker was, but it was when he played with the Steelers and the Bengals linebacker just blew him up, man. It looked like it knocked a couple screws loose. You know what I'm talking
about? I don't know any Bengals linebackers.
He went to the Raiders. It has a weird last name, Burfisett. No,
I got Brian ringing a bell.
Yeah, he was a dirty hitter, but yeah, he laid a hit on the man. It looked terrible. Other than that, any other news that you think of?
No, just playoff seedings. For certain teams, this weekend, win, you win. If you don't win, you don't get in. You win, you get this seed, that seed. So I guess that's the only thing that's newsworthy right there. But anything off the field, another Raider guy got arrested. One of the guys that we was supposed to draft this year, Nate Hobbs.
I saw that they just need to go after practice and be like, all right, give me your driver license. For none of you, y'all are under house arrest.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible, man. I almost forgot. So this Sunday, the Jacksonville Jaguars play at home against the Indianapolis Colts, and to voice boycott of them keeping their GM Trent Baalke, all the clowns, all the Jags fans are dressing up as clown to the game. Tell me, are they gonna be heard? Is it a smart move?
Okay, how long they been feeling like this? Do you
I
know?
mean, I don't know. I know this is his first year as GM, so
First
I
year of
mean,
GM. Because I feel like they should have done this when they lost when they lost that the defense they had a couple years ago. They should have done this right here. Letting go Fournette and Ramsey. All those guys. They should have done that. But I mean, maybe they just fed up right now. Plus, it's going to be a sight to see for everybody to dress up as a clown and go out there. I mean, I don't really have a problem with it. Because he need to know what's going on, and the guy that run the team, he's more invested in wrestling than he is in the football team. Wrestling that's his money maker. So that's he more invested in that. So maybe he needs some help over there. Don't his son run the team with him as well?
his son is the one that runs the team and also AEW.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
And
yeah.
they also own a soccer league over there overseas, and I guess it's like the Jacksonville of soccer too. So,
Yeah, see that they see, it's like Bill O'Brien. They got too much on his plate. They got too much on their plate as well.
well,
And
I'm glad you mentioned Bill O'Brien because that's Trent Baalke's prize prize coach right now. That's his number one coach that he's interested in.
he could take him and Tim Kelly.
Bill O'Brien has interviewed, either set for interview or already interviewed for the head coaching spot down in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I don't think that's a good move for the Jags. They gotta get a name in there that's gonna move the
but
needle.
Grimsaw, he's the most winningest Texan coach of all time.
No doubt, no doubt. I mean, he will teach Trevor how to stay in the pocket and throw the passes like he did Deshaun. He told Deshaun and all that running wild you gotta do, stay in the pocket and everything. So yeah, he's gonna do that right there. But I don't think it's a smart play
look.
for the Jags.
I don't either, but I want them to get him for one reason. So I can have the all the receipts I need to throw some crow in the whole bunch of Texan fans' face.
So
Like,
like if they start like it's like a winning record or Trevor plays better, stuff like that,
no, so
or what?
when Bill O'Brien
Or
falls flat on his face,
oh, is it flat in his face?
I
Yeah, I
can
mean,
say that Bill O'Brien came in with a winning roster. This is not a
hmm.
winning roster. He lost to us twice.
Yeah. I mean, he could have learned his mistakes that he had with us. He could have, this last past year with Alabama, he can learn some things and he might do things different. I doubt if he does get hired, he's going to be the same old Bill O'Brien. I feel like he's going to, you know, get back to the basics or what made us hire him from the jump. And because his first couple of years, he was getting praised, and then all of a sudden, as the years went by. Matter of fact, I think what fans start turning on him is when we lost 30-0 against Kansas City in the
See,
playoffs.
the first time I started saying it's time to find a new coach is when he was bringing in people like Brian Hoyer and Ryan Mallett.
See,
because
that was that same year right there.
okay, and then that year,
Yeah,
because
that year, and
he was supposed to be this quarterback whisperer, this offensive guru, and we fell last in offense every year.
yeah, and then like I said, it was a crazy season. And then the playoff game, he had JJ line up as a running back. He had Big Vince line up as a running back. I mean, it was just doing all kind of crazy stuff. And I mean, how are you in the playoffs and don't score a point, man? Like that was so I think that was more embarrassing than the 24-0 one that we choked up, man. Because 30-0 at home. Matter of
Well,
fact,
not just
that was the only playoff win that Andy Reid ever had with Kansas City until
the
the
Super
last
Bowl.
couple of years.
Yep.
You know, yeah, that's a crazy stat right there. I think they was about to get rid of him until Patrick Mahomes came.
Yeah. Uh, the crazier thing was we had 13 points going in that. It was 13-0 going into halftime. So your defense, once again, your defense was keeping you alive in this game. And then, of course, like Texans do best, just fell on our, fell on their face. That's why I was not a Bill O'Brien supporter. I know everybody thought he was this great coach because he won so many games. He won so many games because the 2 years before, Matt Schaub turned him into a pumpkin and Gary Kubiak just fell flat in his face. We went 12-4. So we still had a winning record. We still had a good roster.
Well, I mean, when he became the coach, we was 2-14.
Right. But you can say that was due to Gary Kubiak sticking with Matt Schaub and his playbook.
I think the reason why
Because
he was so
you had the same roster when he went 12-4. And then the next year with Bill O'Brien, you go 9-7.
yeah.
With,
I
with,
really
with,
think
with
I really think the reason why he was so successful because the division sucked.
well, that
That
too.
same thing. I feel like the reason why JJ got so many sacks because of the quarterbacks in the division. If you look at his sacks in the division compared to out of the division, it's not the same. And
Right.
then recently, our division got a little better, with the Tennessee because Tennessee wasn't nothing for about 10 years. The Colts always been there, and the Jags, man, they wasn't nothing either. So we didn't really have that
Every
much
12 years
competition.
every 12 years they appear.
Yeah, they appeared. Yeah, so we ain't had that much competition. So we was always getting those cheap wins. Like we was guaranteed to have at least 4 division wins every year because those two teams wasn't good. So he was piling those on, and then he was always beating them under 500s, and every now and then he might beat over 500 every now and then. So that's why his record was so good or
Well,
whatnot.
and I also think he did a great job hiring. Picking up Wade Phillips, making a top 5 That's why he won, because he had a top 5 defense. And then when Wade Phillips left, he went and got Romeo Crennel, another top 10 defense. So the dude got saved by the defense, even though he was this offensive minded guru. Because remember, he's the one who made Tom Brady supposedly.
Yeah, when he
So
had when he had his 5,000-yard season and
yeah,
everything. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it just his ego really messed him up because when he came here, we had a solid line. We had a great line, and then and all those guys left. It was young, the Ben Jones is, what's my man that went to Philadelphia, the lineman that went to Philadelphia,
Brandon
Brandon Brooks.
Brandon Brooks, yeah.
Brandon Brooks, I mean, like those two guys, him and Ben Jones should still be here right now. Even to Dwayne Brown still should be here. That's 3 guys that you ran off the line. Now think
And
about if you
then
had those guys. Think about if you had those guys when you drafted Deshaun or whatnot. It would have made him better. More time to go through his reads. Made Lamar Miller better. So it's a lot of things that he did over the years that messed things up. And there's some things over the years that he did well. So, it's 50-50 on both sides. Maybe 60-40 that him messing up and then him doing well.
yeah, because You mentioned the 30-0 debacle in Kansas City or at home against Kansas City. I remember the going for it on fourth down in own territory, going up 24-0 at Arrowhead. Like, why would he do that? I mean,
I mean, the play call wasn't bad. They took too long to execute. I don't
yeah,
know why Justin Reed was pacing. He was pacing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you give them time to set. So either you go fast or you just punt it. I know you got to score points against them.
yeah,
You should have just punted.
yeah. To me, you punt it because, like, if you fail, you don't pick it up, then your momentum shifted, and that's what happened. We scored one touchdown after that. It was
Yeah,
just
one touchdown. Yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
simple.
but the whole game was like really really crazy, man. Everything it was just fluky. I mean, the
I
first
mean,
the
yeah,
first
I mean, one can say that Bill O'Brien saw everything we didn't. He saw Travis Kelsey dropping balls, Tyreek missing easy catches,
and he
Patrick
fumbling the ball.
right, Patrick Mahomes not throwing accurate passes. He saw that, so he's like, maybe we gotta go for it on fourth down. I don't know.
I,
Maybe
yeah, I
maybe
mean,
he
I
was a
just
genius.
like I said, I just feel like that we scored so fast, it shocked the team and shocked every Texan fan in the world because it was like, hold on, something not right. We up 24-0. Yeah. This is not gonna work in our favor. And it was all fluke, man. I mean, the Kenny still touchdown. That was a missed assignment. Then you get the block punt, Lonnie Johnson running in. That was a fluke. Then you get the fumble by Tyreek Hill, and then we on the 2 yard line, and then we score again. All those was flukes. So we really didn't do nothing. But it still pains when you see that score. It happened 2 years ago today, and it still pains to see that score. But if you really think about it, we wasn't going to win that game because the offense wasn't moving. The offense wasn't doing nothing. Our quarterback looked like he was scared. I really think he was scared. I really think that crowd really got to him, and he didn't have no energy that he had at
And
home
your star
to lift him
receiver,
up,
your star
huh?
receiver didn't do nothing either. DeAndre
Yeah, he
Hopkins.
started. Yeah, he didn't. Well, they locked him up. You couldn't run the ball. They couldn't do nothing. Like what they did, and whatever I think week 6 or week 7 to beat them, they couldn't do it again because we didn't have a run game. So the whole game was just crazy. But see, that game have people thinking that we was close. Have people thinking that we was going to take that next step to be a Super Bowl team. We wasn't. That we wasn't. It was just. It just. If Buffalo would have choked the lead away, a lot of things would have happened different. But Buffalo choked the lead away and led us back into the game, and then Duke Johnson made probably one of the greatest plays in Texans playoff history with that third down with 25 yards, 19 yards he ran or whatever. So that helped us out right there. But if we lose that game, maybe things that happen now wouldn't have happened. Maybe
Right.
Bill would have got fired. We could have kept our team intact. Things could have been different. But by us winning, damn, that's crazy. We won and it messed the team up. If we would have lost, maybe the team would have stayed together. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, well, we went Texas talk before we need to go to Texas talk.
I know,
Um,
right?
Before we move on to more Texans, uh, what was your most disappointing game this week?
Man, I, I think I'm gonna go with the team, man. I'm gonna go with the Carolina Panthers, man. They scored 10 points this past weekend. They started off 3-0. Texans Twitter was like, man, we need to follow their recipe, build our team like this, build a team like that. Matt Rule's doing a great job. Joe Brady this, Joe Brady that. And then fast forward, here we on week 18. If we win on Sunday and they lose, we would have the same damn record. That team right there is a disappointment. And so that tells you right there, that's who you can fleece if Deshaun allows it for a trade there. Because they're gonna be so desperate because they feel like, hey man, that's what we need. We need a quarterback. We need a quarterback. I think they already got rid of Brady. I think they're gonna fire Matt Rule as well. and get somebody else over there that who Deshaun wants if he goes there. So
Right.
I got to go with Carolina, disappointing team.
I'm gonna go in the division, and I'm gonna say the Indianapolis Colts. Uh, man, it's playoff time, especially if you're not locked in, you got to win. And it just seemed like they fumbled the ball. Um, special teams looked lackluster. Carson Wentz didn't look too hot. You got to win that game. I mean, it's win or go home at this point, And I just gave the Raiders a chance to stay in the what's called in the run in. So yeah, I gotta go with the Colts. Um, they might
Well,
miss the playoffs because of the game.
you could also say, I mean, the Raiders needed a win as well, so they was hungry as well, because they had to win to stay in. Then Carson Wentz, he was dealing with COVID, so he didn't get to practice, he didn't get no reps and everything. So kind of knew he wasn't going to have a good game. They were trying to
Yeah,
lean on
but
the run.
when you're up 16-7 or 13-7 going into the fourth quarter, you just got you got to put that foot on the pedal.
Yeah, but Derek Carr, he made some hell of a
Derek
throws
Carr's a
to Hunt.
beast in the fourth quarter. Derek Carr is a beast.
Yeah, he made some hell of a throws to Hunter Winfrey and everything. He's having a great season. I mean, he might hit 5,000 yards coming up this Sunday.
But we won there. OB said kept his feet on the neck. OB started playing soft with that lead.
But his foot was never on the neck. That's what I was trying to say. It was a fluke. Like we wasn't getting the ball. It's going down there scoring. Boom, going down and scoring. We scored on the 2-yard line, a block punt, and then a blown coverage on Kenny Stills. That was it.
Well, they had
Then we didn't get,
they have
huh?
42 unanswered points, didn't they?
Yeah. Then after we did that, we got the field goal, and then boom, they had a playoff record, 7 touchdowns in a row, playoff record.
Something like
And
that.
yeah, and I feel like, you say you legendary. Yes, even Bill O'Brien and Tim Kelly not calling the plays, you got to call the plays. Whatever they tell you, you can do it, but if you see something better, you got to have it in your mind, say, I'm going to call my own play. Like how Aaron Rodgers told his coach, like, look, I'm going to call what I want to call. I don't care what you say. And I feel like he should have went toe for toe, like how Goff and Mahomes went on Monday Night Football. He should
That
have did
same
the
year.
same thing. Yeah, and then if we would have lost by a touchdown or by 3, you really can't get mad. But man, you get blown out by 20. It's almost like he really didn't. I don't know. It's like he really didn't care. And then after the game, he was like, "Look, I don't care what y'all say. This is my coach. I love him. I'm a ride for that man." That was your opportunity to get that man out of town. But you backed them up, and they say, oh, why the Texans don't listen to him? They listen to him, so they kept the guy. Then they end up making him the damn GM. This guy wouldn't have been a GM. He wouldn't have been a coach if Deshaun would have said what he said. That means you still got D Hop, you still got Deshaun. He get the coach he want. We get a new GM. Everybody's happy right now in 2022. But no, he had to open up his mouth. But
Yeah.
see, nobody want to point blame on him because they want to be his friend instead of like being 100 with him. Let him know like, hey, bro, it ain't all on the Texans. It's on you too, bro. So you can't just beat the dead horse down. You can't just make up things so fans, media, stay on the Texans' back. Because I see it all the time. People saying that the Texans wasn't nothing until Deshaun showed up. Like, damn, did you just start watching 2017? Because when the guy got drafted, we was in the second round of playoffs. We lost to New England. So what are you talking about? But I don't know. Some of these people, I don't know if they just doing this on purpose or they really just don't know.
Yeah. Okay, since 2011, we only had what 4 losing seasons.
Yeah.
Come on. And that was, I mean, that's right when Bill O'Brien started. We had 3 or 4 with Gary Kubiak. So come on, stop it.
Yeah, they just don't act like they don't remember. Either they don't want to remember history or they just don't remember history. And like I say, man, it was a guy on Twitter. He had a great thread on how many wins we have more than other teams, playoff wins, all that stuff. Since 2010 to right now, and you'll be surprised, like, damn, they got more wins than this team, that team. But they talk about us like we've been going 4-12 every year.
Yeah.
I mean, golly, but we'll
Well,
be
you know
back.
what? Fuck it. Let's go right into it. We played the 49ers this week. Um, going strong. Started the lead 7-0. I was like, oh man, here we go. We're starting off fresh, just like we've been. Uh, looks like we're about to win another game, and then shit, hell breaks loose. Tell me, Kershaw, what happened? What was your takes?
Well, what happened what's been happening all year. Defense plays great for about 33 minutes, and then they start getting fatigued because the offense not moving. I mean, the offense just sucks. And I don't know if Tim Kelly had Rex Bergman on his fantasy league, but that guy got the ball too much. That man had like over 20 targets in that game from between running and passing. Rex Bergman should not have 20 targets in a game. I mean,
Well,
golly.
look, yes, the run game looked good last week against the Chargers. Looked great, but 27 times when you have a hot QB right now is way too much. 27 carries and a whopping 2.2 yards per carry. He got to stop running the ball. I get it. You want to start a running game. But can we please stop first down, second down, run the ball, third down, pass. First down, second down, run the ball, third down, pass. It gets old. Everybody knows
That's
what's coming.
that's been the Texans for 10, 12 years. That
Dude, I'm
that's how
telling
they
you.
that's how they've been playing for 10, 12 years, man. Predictable football, man. Predictable football. That's they should change the name to Houston Predictable because that's what they've been doing. If it ain't the scripted plays from Kubiak, it's the bonehead plays from Bill O'Brien, and then I don't know what the hell David Cutler's doing out there.
So, did you see that play though? The fumble, the interception, and the fumble.
Yes,
Right
the
call.
I mean, I didn't hear a whistle, so it should have been a fumble, but he said that
Well,
the player gave himself up or something like that. Is that what he said? The player gave himself up.
that's what the guy said. His forward motion was stopped. I don't know how his forward motion was stopped when he was still going forward.
Yeah, he was still fighting. He was still fighting. So I
And
feel like
the crazy thing is, the head referee or whatever you want to call him came on over the air, and he said that they jumped the gun on that one. That was a fumble. So I mean that killed him. I'm not saying it's the referee's fault because we couldn't capitalize on anything anyways. But man, come on, you got it. You can't be giving up easy plays like that.
yeah, it was a lot of questionable calls in the game. It's almost like NFL want the 49ers back in the playoffs or something. Because
Yeah, that
we the
Mitchell
big
pass interference was a little questionable too, but
yeah, because we beat them, then they'd have been done. There'd have been no more playoffs for them or whatnot. But
yeah,
I mean, I feel like we're still gonna lose the game regardless, even when we would have got the former recovery because the offense wasn't moving. We got lucky to get the 7. He completed the third down. Then we got I think roughing the pass or something like that.
yeah.
So I don't know, man. It just Mills on the road isn't good. Tim Kelly against a good defense isn't good. He gets scared. But Mills at home, it's like a whole different quarterback. If we could play all our games at home, shit, we'll have a way better record.
Well, Mills didn't look terrible. I mean, he didn't look great. He didn't look good, but he didn't look terrible. Is it when you have a boneheaded coaching staff, that's just what's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah, and there was San Francisco got great defensive line, and they was getting to that backfield. He didn't get sacked as much, but it was getting a lot of pressure on him, and he didn't have time, to step up and throw the ball. And then our play actions don't work because nobody, respect Rex Burkhead, and then we got no run game. So it's really he's a dealt a bad hand. So he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad, but the interception was inexcusable. He didn't have to throw the interception. He threw it like right to the guy.
Oh yeah, that interception was all him. I mean, he just didn't see the safety of Larkin. Which I mean, he's a rookie. You're going to make those throws.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, yeah, that's only 10 interceptions for the year. Um, I mean, his rookie year, like I say, is on the same as like a Joe Burrow and a Josh Allen rookie year. I mean, I just
Is
hope.
even getting closer to Deshaun Watson rookie year. I know Deshaun didn't play that many games, but neither did Davis Mills.
Well, Davis got more yards, but he got less touchdowns than Deshaun or whatever. See, Deshaun rookie year, it was just electric. He had the big Sports Center plays or whatever. But then his next year,
that 84-yard run against the Bengals.
And then the next year he low key kind of went backwards the next year, Deshaun, because his rookie year in 6 games he had 19 touchdowns. Then the following year he played a full season, he had 26 touchdowns. Nobody ever talk about that right there. He only had 7 more touchdowns his sophomore year than his rookie year.
So Texans got to work on the line so we can run the ball. Then we can go deep. We need a lot of help, but I think we will be better next year. Let's go Texans. And then follow that one up. That O-line's trash. No one can. I mean, yeah, we had Howard was out that game. I mean, the offensive line was in shambles that game, and it's been in shambles all year basically. There's been some bright sides, but most of it is just it's been terrible. But
need a coach, need a better offensive line coach. I don't know why they got the guy from the Chargers. He left. How you get a guy that left a 32nd ranked offensive line to come to the Texans, who offensive line wasn't good last year? So that was a bad hire by Nick, in my opinion.
Well, the everybody's saying that Tim Kelly took the reins away from Pep Hamilton because I guess he had an illness and that's why he hasn't called the last couple of games. So, whose fault was this loss? Was it Tim Kelly's? Was it David Coley's? Or was it Davis Mills? Or hell, was it the offensive line?
It's Tim Kelly because you knew when the game first started, the first 2 series, how they ran the first 2 series, that's when you knew this game wasn't going to be good. The first 2 series was like, why do they keep running? Why they keep running? Why they doing this? Why they doing that? So if they're not coming out swinging, it's going to be a long game. So I'm going to put it on Tim. Cully, I mean, it's hard to put it on him because Cully don't really have that much say so. It'd be Nick and then TK. They do a lot of the talking, and Cully just like, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
But I just this is Tim Kelly's last game Sunday, so then on Black Monday he'll be out of here, and hopefully they promote Pep, and then promote Pep, he could put us on that West Coast offense. Back when
right.
Yeah, where we were, Davis, Stanford and everything, and that West Coast offense help him out. Then you got to go in the draft and get some bona fide stars. You need some real weapons. You need to get you a real wide receiver. You need to get you a real running back, man. You got to get these offensive skill players, man, because Nico Collins, he's okay, but I don't think he's too much of nothing. I think he's a wide receiver, maybe 3. I don't think he's a wide receiver 2. I think he's a wide receiver 3. This guy's 6'4", but he doesn't play like he's 6'4". Like, I need you to play bigger than that. You can't let these little bit of DBs punk you like that. And then our running backs, none of them running backs need to come back next year.
See, it's not the scheme, it's the players. The O-line is so bad they can't even run the football. That's supposed to be the easy part. Look, I get what you're saying, But Rex Burkhead is what 34, 33?
Old as hell.
He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be our starting running back to begin with. Yes, he
Nope.
had a fantastic game against the Chargers, but let's not forget the Chargers' whole defensive line was out due to COVID. I had no Bosa, and their safety was out. So let's not just sit there and say that they ran down a top 5 defense because they didn't.
And everybody has a fluke game every now and then. So
Right. This run game was the run game has been all year. Besides that Chargers game, the run game's not there. Yes, we do need an offensive line because it is garbage, but we need a running back that's a running back that's young. That
put fear in hearts.
yes. So let's move away from Burkhead. Let's move away from David Johnson. Let's move away from anybody that's old. I don't want nobody over 30. Don't want them. I want
Nope.
under 30 running backs. That's it. Let's quit going after Carlos Hyde running backs. Let's quit going after Rex Burkhead running backs. We got to rebuild. This roster is not terrible where it's a complete rebuild like everybody thought it was, but there's still a lot of moves to be made, and going after old running backs isn't one of them. Not at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's move it in to the game this Sunday. Chiefs fans are praying to the football gods that the Texans pull one off. We play the Titans at home. We already upset them once. Kershaw, tell me predictions, score, and your bold take of the game.
I think I think they're gonna try to play spoiler. So Tennessee won't get the 1 seed. I mean, they still get the 1 seed even with a loss, but I think they're gonna play spoiler. I think they're gonna the offense is gonna be more spread. They're gonna take more shots because you indoors, good weather.
Well,
Um,
if the Chiefs win and the Titans lose, Chiefs get the number 1 seed.
Chiefs the 1 seed, and then Titans will know that coming into the game on Sunday because Chiefs play Saturday, right?
Yep.
So if the Chiefs lose, then the Titans probably going to rest players.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're gonna air it out. My bold take, man. I'm calling it. I want this man to give at least 4 touchdowns. This last game he can do it as a rookie. So I want him. No, Davis Mills 4 touchdowns, man.
Okay.
4 touchdowns, no picks. That's what I want right there.
Okay.
Hopefully Grenard can get him 2 sacks in, get him double-digit sacks. Hopefully that could happen. That'd be great. We already got Guja Hill with his 100 tackles. What's your boy named Cooks got his 1,000 yards. He get
He's
13 more
like
catches.
what? He's like what? 48 yards short of 1,000.
No, he's already at 1,000.
Is he at 1,000? Okay.
Yeah, he's 1,000 already. Yeah, and he's 13 catches away from his first 100-yard catch season ever.
Okay.
So that should be something he should be telling Davis, hey man, throw me the ball. Throw me the ball. So, those things I'm looking for right there. And then, defense just, end the season on a high note so we can, evaluate everybody and who can you bring back or whatnot.
Right.
So yeah. So I'm thinking we're gonna win, drop down to either 4 or 5 seed. We're never go no lower than 5. And then I feel like if we drop down to 5, then we going Hamilton out of Notre Dame. If you go to 5. Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with anybody in the top 5.
Yeah.
I honestly think there's no bad pick at the top 5. I think we pull out the W too. Here's my bold take. I don't wish this on anybody, but I think this is going to happen. Derrick Henry is returning. They already said he is going to get majority of the snaps. I think they bring him back way too early, and I think he gets injured. I don't want that to happen. I can see it. That injury is not a very good injury for running backs. So I pray it doesn't happen, but you got to be smart in that, especially you made the playoffs. Why you putting your workhorse in? You know what I mean?
Well,
Especially
that's
you
why
know.
they need to get the number one seed so they can get a bye.
See, the coaching is the problem. Uh, Um, yeah, the offensive coordinator is just terrible. Uh, but yeah, and I want us to win, and that's another reason I want us to win. So we have 5 wins, one more game more than Deshaun Watson. So
True.
we can put it to bed. Oh, you know what? We forgot to mention that. Crenshaw, while we're still on the air, other breaking news: Deshaun Watson settled 18 out of 22 of his cases.
Almost
Man, how
time,
you gonna let me
fellas.
forget that?
Man, I thought we was gonna get that next week and end the season with that one.
Yeah. We could have seen it right there. Like everybody is ready to sell out Nick, saying he's gonna have a bad draft, a bad offseason. You trade Deshaun Watson, you trade Tunzel because he's not here. He's always hurt. So why keep him? Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, trade him. Like I say, Bengals is a team that we got to try to finesse and get they lay first. Um, if if you get five, the fifth seed, Hamilton's a great player, or you could trade down, get another first, and then maybe you could trade Deshaun on draft day, and you on draft day you get an extra first, what makes it four. We walk away with a bunch of first, high seconds, and everything, and trying to rebuild this roster. Um, I don't really think we that long away because the games we lost this year. I mean, like I said before, there's a lot of games we should have won.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really think we're that far away. Just get a couple of defensive players and like the guy said, get the offensive line right. We should be good next year, and just hope Davis could take the next step. If not him, somebody else take the next step, so we can win some ball games.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Nick is doing well with what he was handed. He was handed a horrible draft capital. He was handed a horrible cap space. I think it was like number 30 in the league. Uh,
Hmm.
and he was handed a horrible roster because star quarterback wants out, star defensive player wants out. Um, so he's turning everything around. So I'm liking so far what he's done. Yeah, Nico Collins is somewhat a disappointment, but somewhat not a disappointment. Um,
I mean,
Bourbon Jordan,
it's kind of like he's kind of like a disappointment because you traded up to get
yeah,
him,
yeah.
where no one's going to pick him because he didn't play the previous year. So you could have still got him. Then you look at the guy that's in Detroit that went in the fourth round that's outplaying him. Like, dang, so we reach.
Um, and see, I get what this guy's saying. I don't want us to win. We need every pick we can get.
We still get the
Every
pick though.
right, we still get top 5. Um, the pick that you definitely want at Hutchinson out of Michigan, he's not going to be there. Either Detroit or Jacksonville's going to pick him up. So, let's say top
Jacksonville,
5.
Jacksonville better go offensive line. Stop trying to get
Dude,
a pass rusher.
I'm telling you, they need something. But top 5, you're picking the top 5, and like I say, you got Hamilton, Stingley, Thorough, or however you say his name, and Hutchinson. I mean, that's only 4, but that's still 4 star. And then you got that lineman out of Alabama. He might go to Jacksonville number 1. So, I mean, there's good picks at top 5. I'm not upset with winning this game. I'll be okay with it. Uh, but yeah, going back to what we're saying, uh, we can fleece some people this year. Joe Burrow's getting hit a lot. He called
Mm-hmm.
he called Cincinnati and said, "Hey, look, we got a top 3 left tackle, first round pick. He's yours." I mean, sounds sounds pretty good for if you're Cincinnati, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds great. Because whoever they pick, at left tackle in the draft, during that time in the 20s, ain't gonna be Tunsil. So we
Right.
gotta finesse them, man. Give us that first and give us your second, and then hey, it is what it is.
Right. I'm excited to see this off season. A lot of big names to be moved. Rogers, I think, is going to move. Wilson's going to be moved. Watson's going to be moved. So it's going to be. It reminds me of draft day, man. Everybody's going to be making a trade. You get a trade. You get a trade. So, uh, Chris, with that being said, brother, man, any last words we got to these fans?
Um, no, no last words.
Oh man, guys, come on, like, quit blaming everything on this quarterback. It's not this kid's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Y'all got spoiled with Deshaun Watson, but the grass ain't always greener on the other side, especially when you like
True.
getting massaged by Instagram models.
Oh
So,
man.
so give the kid a break. Like, quit being so hard on a kid. Uh, other than that, tighten up. Let's beat them. Let's end the season with a W. Until then, Chris, I'll tell us where we can find you and your amazing Texans take on Twitter.
You can find me at Fifth Ward Crenshaw.
And you can find me at Cancel Tim Kelly because we need to get his Bill O'Brien Jr. ass out of here. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Texas Fan Battle. Also, check out our podcast network, the Fan Battle Sports Network, who is sponsored by Prize Picks. I know everybody likes DraftKings, FanDuel. This one has a unique twist. You pick the over and under for yards, touchdowns, whatnot. Easy money winnings. Right now, whatever money you place on there, they'll match up to $100 if you put in FBSN. So check it out, guys. We thank you for your support. And until then, let's go Texans.
Peace.